So we got a week 3 coming up in a couple hours actually, so I figured I'd just do the little team preview thing, team whatever the heck I'm about to bring. Just keep it going with. Hey, week 3, I'm doing better than I thought I would when it comes, not even like the record. Yeah, we're 2-0, that's pretty cool, but I'm just happy I'm still doing these videos because my plan was to do all season, and so far so good. We're 3 for 3. Unless I don't hit record on this live match, and then, yeah, speaking too soon. But anyway, we are lining up to do our week 3 versus Stockholm ElectroWebs spinarak167. This team is so scary. I don't remember what I said in when I did the whole, I guess you can call it power rankings. There's just like the draft review, whatever it was, after the draft is over. I don't remember what I said about this team, but man, this team is hard to plan against, and we'll go over that in just a second and kind of what I came up with. But this is the least confident I've been in all 3 weeks 1, 2, and 3 so far. I'm just running into a wall. So let me go over to the Indigo Prep Doc. So first of all, we got our cores. You have your well, there's no steel, I guess. Well, does he have a steel type? No. Terra steel on those things makes sense, but well, where do I start? I'm kind of like flying here. Well, you know what? Let's just start over. I'm going to do my team, what I'm going to bring, and maybe I'll explain as I go while I'm going, I guess, what it's to stop. So we got our Kingdra Polytoad mode. It's pretty standard, pretty vanilla. I just kind of mess around with the speed tiers for the double speed and possibly some scarf targets or whatever it might be for our Kingdra. And the Polytoad, I just wanted it to do some extra damage with the choice specs, because like usually people see it, especially Wolfie, he just kind of ran a supportive one with just Weather Ball or whatever it is, but an Encore, Pear Song, whatever. So I'm not saying you can ignore it, but if this thing has specs, you definitely can't ignore it. It's bulky enough, like naturally, that if you invest any defense, like stats like HP, special defense, or defense, whatever in it, this thing can stick around a little bit longer than you want it to. But we got specs on there, and this thing is going to be a little bit of a pain if you ignore it. So we got the Muddy Water spread damage. Definitely something you can lock into. Ice looks great into the team, as you can see on the right here. You got Brambleghast, Hydreigon, Kilowattrel, and Dugtrio. 3 of those candidates are... 3 of those Pokemon are Sash candidates. So that is a little scary, but... other than the Brambleghast, I should probably be able to take at least a hit from all the other things. The Kilowattrel, I think I could take a T-Bolt. I can see Thunder coming as well, so we'll have to see if I think I live it. But it's 110 power from 90. Yeah, it's only 20 base power strong. Yeah, I think I survive it. We'll roll the dice in the match. I think I did T-Bolt calcs and they looked pretty good. I think it was like Terra Electric T-Bolt with max special attack timid. I think we survive. I think that's what the 76 is for here. But other than that, we definitely don't survive a power whip. That wasn't really something. This isn't. I don't plan on the Polytoad being on the field with this Brambleghast. I could see it being led. I can't really see it being back row. And our Polytoad game plan is probably in the back row or pivoting out or whatever it is. So. But yeah, we got the Polytoad Kingdra. That's not our main lead, but it's our main mode we've got. So if we can set it up in the front or the back, I think it'll do really well. We've got the Sneasel, the Moltres, and the Gardevoir. And then way down here we have the Lurantis. I'll get into the Lurantis a little bit later. But so we got our main mode, the Sneasel. It's just so good. If you guys haven't used Sneasel before, it's like a Swiss Army knife. Like, I'm running loaded dice this week, guys. Like, what the hell? I'm running loaded dice. The reason loaded dice is there because we talked about Sash users and the 3 of them there, and 4 of them are weak to ice. The cool thing about loaded dice, hitting 4 times with ice stab. Yes, this thing only has 95 base attack, but with the stab boost and adamant, because of the speed tiers being friendly, we can go adamant instead of jolly. We're gonna just, if we can go first, we're gonna OHKO all 3 or 4 of those things pre-Terra. So if we can get him to burn his Terra early, those things are all done. They're all done. Nothing surviving 4 of those Icicle Spears. Which is really nice. So and because Sneasler's slower than 2 of those, we do have a Moltres here with Tailwind. Yes, it's Scarf Tailwind. I understand locking into a status move that you can only use once is not the greatest thing. But when you're in testing and you're just getting wiped by Kilowattrel Bramblegast over and over and over, it's not a good thing. So if I'm going to lead the Moltres, it's a physical attacking Moltres this week. The dual wing beat again goes into the sash users as well. Even the Impidimp as well. It could go well into that. Terraghost is always nice to have on a Scarf user as well, just for the fake out. I don't know if the Intimidate's going to be a big thing this week, because if I go for the beat up stuff, you're only getting me to -1, so it's not the end of the world. You can intimidate a Registeel, and you also can intimidate a Contrary Mon. So I don't think, like, I can see Frisk being a thing, but I don't think Intimidate's going to be super impactful. It is against the Moltres, unfortunately, so I hope he doesn't bring it. Hopefully I kind of catch him off guard on like a turn 1, game 1, before I start attacking with the Flare Blitz or the dual wing beat. And he's setting up a light screen, and then we just kind of catch him off guard with a really strong physical attack. That'd be nice. But yeah, so the plan is basically Sneasel Moltres. I don't plan on faking out. It's, you know, unless he leads something that is very fake outable, like the Slitherwing or maybe the Hydreigon. But again, Terraghost, maybe the, what's it called, the Azumarill is very fake outable, and even the Rampardos. So yeah, other than that, I can see a lot of Terraghosts and Covert Cloaks across the field, so we're not going to be faking out too much. So knockoff Icicle Spear is going to be a thing. With the loaded dice, hopefully it picks up a bunch of things. And then Moltres can set the Tailwind for the Politoed in the back. This thing at +2 speed, I think we outspeed Kilowattrel, 194. We speed tie it. We need to go one more. Where do we take it out of? HB. Let's do that. Yeah, so now we outspeed the Kilowattrel. In Tailwind. So if we can get a Tailwind up and this thing comes in, we could just Ice Beam it and it'll be in a bit of trouble. Yeah, so the Moltres Sneasel's plan the lead, and then the Politoed Kingdra in the back. So let's talk about the other things. So you want to go in with your own game plan, which is, as I've already mentioned, we have our rain, we have our specs, we have our damage, and we have our support. We'll get into the fake tiers in a second, but this team that I'm facing this week, this team is so annoying. If you manage to break this Kilowattrel Bramblegast lead, you've got Azu and Hydreigon in the back. Those things are so naturally strong and so naturally bulky that it's so hard to break late game. And the Azumarill was so hard to deal with, especially with Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet with huge power in my rain. I was even messing around with Quick Guard on Terrakion and stuff like that, and like, oh my goodness, and Terra Grass on the Moltres, just so I can survive Aqua Jets. Like, Aqua Jet did like 80% in the rain to my Terrakion. It was stupid. So yeah, the priority could come into play a little bit later in the match itself, and hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully we can we do have a couple of things to deal with that, the Azumarill, just to kind of keep it at bay. Which is on the screen right now, actually. We do have T-Bolt on the Gardevoir. I don't think it gets Thunder, does it? No, it doesn't get Thunder. That's probably why I put it there. But yeah, we have the T-Bolt to hit the Azu. The item of choice on that thing is usually AV or Clear Amulet. We don't have Intimidate on the team, so I would imagine it'd be AV, especially with how the special presence I have on the team. So we're expecting Assault Vest on that thing. So yeah, that'll be tough to take out. So T-Bolt from a max special attack modest Gardevoir is not just going to tickle. So hopefully that chunks it. We've also got the Lurantis. So the Lurantis is there. I had like 3 renditions of this team that I'm just like, I am not able to deal with a late game Azu. This is my late game Azu counter. Azumarill is not going to like a Lurantis, especially if I get Trick Room up, because I do have Trick Room on the Gardevoir, or he gets Trick Room up. This team does not exactly scream Trick Room, so if he wants to go Trick Room, we've got a Lurantis waiting for him. Terra Poison on the Azumarill does make sense as well, but then we can start hitting it neutrally with other things, like our best mode. So, but yeah, the Lurantis with the superpower, if we can get a couple of defense boosts from the superpower, because Contrary giving me the +1 defense, that'd be really nice. And now that thing's play roughs are either going to miss or they're going to do not as much as I want. And if we get a secondary attack drop on the play rough, it's going to be attack raise, so that'd be nice. Fairy is just a good defensive typing into most of the team. There's no steel types and there's no poison types on this team, so Fairy just looks pretty good neutrally, and it gets around the, where is it? The bug, the first impression. So if there's bug moves that they want to use against Lurantis, catch me off guard, we're going to resist it. And we're not going to hit it back super hard because we can't really hit bug fighting very hard with this set, but at least we can kind of stick around a little bit and get our defenses up. What else? So the Sneasel tool. I mentioned the fake tiers a little bit earlier. So if we wanted, if they're really leaning on the Kilowattrel, the Hydreigon, or whatever it might be for their damage, we can side fake tiers to get our Lurantis a +2 special defense. With Assault Vest, this thing is going to be almost unkillable on the special side, and if we can get some superpower boosts on the defensive side, this thing could really snowball. It's too bad I can't really raise my attack. I guess I could do something like Chilling Water, because I do resist the water move. And on the special side, honestly, let's just do a quick calc. So let's just do Lurantis, max attack, yeah, whatever. Then we got our Assault Vest. Let's just zoom out a little bit. Where is it? Come on. Here we go. Politoed. And then how much attack do we have in there? 164 plus. And then it's choice specs. This is going to do a little bit more than I wanted, but let's see. Chilling Water. Oh, that's not bad. We take that really well, actually. So if we wanted an attack booster, or if we could use the attack boost, we can actually Chilling Water ourselves. Which, by the way, Chilling Water in the rain, obviously it doesn't do a lot to a Lurantis with AV, resisted hit. But that's one of the ways we can actually help shut down this Azumarill, is we can start using Chilling Water, drop its attack, and then it's just less, it's less painful to deal with. And if we don't want to hit it again, we could just switch in our Lurantis and get the attack boost and then superpower. And now we're really starting to snowball. So I didn't even think about that. That was more so just for the Azu and the physical attackers. So and Politoad's gonna do some damage with specs in the rain, so it's good. Yeah, the Lurantis, so we got Leaf Storm just in case they we're having a hard time hitting them on the physical side. We can hit them on the special side with Leaf Storm and get the +2 special attack, so we can snowball that way as well. And Pollen Puff just for utility. Say we want to heal something next to us. Say we're facing that Slitherwing. We can't do a lot of damage to it, so we're just going to heal our partners and go from there. I think Moltres looks really good into the Slitherwing, so I think you know, if we can heal this Moltres up and start dual wing beating, we'll be sitting pretty. But we've got the tools. This team has tools, and we do have a couple of modes. I'm not liking the matchup the best. I think I started the video by saying that. If I had to predict how this is going to go, I think I lose in a game 3. But we do have to be confident. We do have the tools to win. Everything is here. You know, he has no fairy resist at all, so we could even go for like Tailwind with the Moltres and then just start going for the yeah, because we outspeed everything aside from Choice Scarf and their own Tailwind themselves. You know what? Let's just go for Terra Fairy D-Gleam. Screw it. Like, we have Dark on there for the, what's it called? The Impidimp. Maybe we should be dealing with the Impidimp a little bit better. Do we want to put Dark on anything? I don't think so. Yeah, like, because I feel like Parting Shot is just going to be... Ooh, if we can get Parting Shot on our Lurantis, that'd be really nice. Hard switch it in, protect with the side slot, whatever it might be, and then we have 2 protects on the whole team. Kingdra and Gardevoir. Yeah, well, I guess we're not protecting a lot. But, you know what, the tools are there. And this is the thing about Draft League sometimes for people that might be watching this that are a little bit newer. You could go around in circles and circles and circles trying to figure out ways to beat your opponent, and there's never going to be a clear-cut way that you're just going to win. You can put yourself in the best position to win by knowing what your opponent can do, and also going with your own game plan and then adjusting to theirs as you play. I feel like we've done that with this team. Like, we've got our Rainbow. Oh, we don't protect there. Was that the second protect? Yeah, it was. I did already say that. Yeah, so we do have our modes. I think Moltres is looking pretty good. If we don't bring Politoed one game, we could always just Flare Blitz our way to victory. You know, we see a couple of, it depends what he leans on. Like, if we find out the Terra type on the Hydreigon Steel or something like that, and then the Slitherwing's also there, I do think we can lock into Flare Blitz and it'd be pretty strong. You know, especially if we can, like, lead Gardevoir Moltres or something like that, and then in, like, a Game 3, we have the tools to adjust, especially because we have to remember that they're adjusting to what we're doing as well. So it's not just, the games aren't just played on paper, so. We got Fake Out, we got Tailwind, we got Trick Room. We've got our Fake Tears for extra damage. That's the other thing. So we can hit them, and then we can just start going off with some extra damage. Like if Sneasel Gardevoir is set up against the Azumarill or something like that, we could always just Fake Tears and start degleaming. Or even with the Politoed as well, or the Kingdra. So we do have some tools. I think if we can keep Sneasler around longer, as long as possible, that'd be great. Yeah, I don't know what else to really say about the matchup. I do think the Rampardos, if Trick Room does go up, our Lurantis does underspeed it, aside from Iron Ball. I think when I had it once, I Iron Balled it to underspeed them. Rampardos Sheer Force Rock Slide with Choice Band, it just hits so hard. It could miss, so there's that. But we can't just rely on misses. We actually have to go first and hit things really, really hard. If we can Superpower and then get a defense boost, and then when it comes in later, like say we lead the Lurantis, we let Trick Room go up. Now we have a +1 defense on the Lurantis. Now it's not going to hit as hard as he wants it to. And we can set ourselves up that way. And if we are slower, we get another Superpower off, and we get a second defense boost. And now that thing's not hitting as hard as, at least in this Lurantis slot. Good luck to the partner about to be hit by that thing, because it's really hard. Head Smash is also a thing on it. Yeah, I guess, you know what? Just to kind of wrap up the team building video portion of this, I guess we can kind of go through what I know about my opponent. Wind Power, after Tailwind goes up, gets a charge boost, makes the electric moves a lot stronger. Or it's competitive, but we don't have Intimidate on the team, so competitive's less likely on this thing to give it a +2 special attack if we Intimidate it, or any stat drops. Icy Wind doesn't look super great into this team. That would be ideal against a team like this to get the speed advantage, but we do have Wind Rider. So this Brambleghast, if anybody remembers on the VGC ladder a while ago, Brambleghast was doing really well because no Icy Wind, no Bleak Wind Storm, no Hurricane, no any wind-based moves whatsoever. This thing is just immune to, and it gets a +1 attack boost. So we can't go for Icy Wind stuff. So again, knowing what your opponent can do really helps in your team building and things along those lines. Hydreigon can set Tailwind. The Scope Lens set's a little scary, so we can't let it really get up focus energy with the Scope Lens. Life Orb is probably the item I think would be good on it, because this team doesn't exactly scream Snarl. So lowering its special attack is, you know, I think if you can get a Life Orb off on this thing, it's fast enough to start doing some damage. Then we've got, yeah, if anybody is curious, Brambleghast, once Tailwind goes up behind it, it gets a +1 attack. If this thing goes for a Terra Ghost Poltergeist after Tailwind's up, this thing, I don't think anything on my team really survives. I'd be curious of a Registeel calc. Like, that's how much damage that thing does. It probably does 80%, and even then, what am I going to do, body press it back? Like, not exactly. It does get Shadow Claw. That was on the first edition of the team, but... So that's the Brambleghast, the Hydreigon. Doug Trio could be a little annoying. Like I said, we do have the Choice Scarf Tailwind. So worst case scenario, if they think they're faster and they're going to start bulldozing their way and earthquaking and rock sliding and this and that, just to be a pain with Arena Trap, we can't switch with this thing on the field. But we do have the U-turn, so we can get out if we need to. But I just think Tailwind and then Icicle Spear just deletes that thing anyway. So Disquake could be a thing if that's what they want to do. That would be a really tough lead to deal with. We could always go for the Tailwind and then Icicle Spear into the Doug Trio. We can get rid of that, but then they get their own Tailwind up or whatever it might be. And then we're in a bit of trouble there. So we're going to have to adjust based on what they bring, because I can see any of these 9 being brought. Slitherwing, Terra Fire is usually the way to go on it, with the Flare Blitz, and then you have Close Combat, First Impression, things like that. First Impression being +2 priority, and it hits really hard. So it goes into my Sneasel really well. It goes into my Lurantis really well. But Moltres really doesn't care what that thing does. It takes the Flare Blitz, takes the bug and the fighting. So, and also if you hit this thing with a physical move, you could get burned with Flame Body. So Love this ability. Very underrated. If anybody, you get burns and it's really nice. Like no special moves make contact really. So it's pretty much physical attackers are going to get burned, and now their next attack does almost nothing. So it's really nice. Yeah, booster energy acrobatics. This thing is a little scary. I know that the main acrobatic set was on Roaring Moon for a bit, and everybody loved the Terraflying acrobatics. But why not this thing? This thing is its attack is just as good. I think it's 139 to 135. So and that thing just O-code things. So if that's the way they want to go, that would be really strong as well. But again, Moltres, so that'd be nice. What else? So Weirdeer. This thing, it does more damage than you think. Intimidate, Frisk, Sap Sipper, so I gotta watch out. I don't think I even have any grass moves. Yeah, except for Lurantis. Yeah, so Lurantis could, you know, not be walled by that thing, but just, you know, it can get an attack boost, and then it's a little scary. Frisk to find out my items. I think frisking the Scarf on my Moltres would be really bad for me. Frisk is probably the most underrated ability in draft. Finding out information, I mentioned in a past video, is so valuable. The more information you gather, like sometimes after a game one and when I'm just kind of spectating, I'm like, man, this person found out so much information about their team. I wouldn't be surprised if they won the next 2 games, because now it's basically open team sheet for just one of them, because they use 4 moves on one of their Pokemon, 2 or 3 on the others. They found out the items. It could be Citrus Berry, you just procs. It could be Life Orb Chip. Could be leftovers. Now you have 3 of their items, and then you find out the other one, which is a Scarf Band or Specs, just with Frisk alone. That's why Knockoff is so good as well. You just get information. But yeah, this thing's a little scary. I know Psyshield Bash. It's a move that came over from, what is it? Legends Arceus, I think it was, and they gave it to Stantler as well. Gives it a +1 a defense boost if it hits, which is 90% accurate or something. So that thing could get out of hand if it starts getting defense boost, but we have a mostly special team. So that's what Weirdeer kind of does. Trick Room Setter and Prison Setter. I don't think my team exactly screams in prison. Like, I do have Trick Room Setters, but they're not typical Trick Room Setters. Maybe Gothorita, but I don't know. Maybe they're having a hard time with my Parastrap mode, which I did try to bring, but it was just too difficult to deal with. So they have to respect that as well. Rampardos, we talked about a bit. Set Trick Room, do some damage. I've seen some Scarf sets. I do think that if my Moltres comes out and they lead a Rampardos, I think if it's led, it's most likely Scarf or Band, and then you just Tailwind beside it. If it's Scarf, based on the speed tiers, I'm actually kind of curious. Does Rampardos 121? 121 times 1.5. 181. So I don't think it outspeeds my max speed Sneasel. No, so it's just shy. So that'd be a hard Scarf. Unless you go Adamant, and then you Scarf it, then you set Tailwind, and then you're like, you just do as much damage as possible. So that could be a thing as well. What else? Then we have the Azumarill. Oh my goodness. The Belly Drum set would be really annoying. I was considering running Mirror Herb, but again, I do think that there's no redirection on this team, so it's a little difficult to get a Belly Drum off unless it's like Fake Out with this thing. But yeah, I do think Assault Vest probably makes the most sense against my team, especially because I don't have super great ways of hitting Azumarill. And then you just have the most annoying Impidimp down here. So if we see that thing, we need to get rid of it quickly. One screen would be ideal. They run a Focus Sash or a Covert Cloak so they don't get faked out. I think we got to find out information about that. The more we find out about that set, the better for Game 2 and potentially Game 3. But yeah, one screen would be ideal. Parting Shot would be super annoying because I don't have any dark types except for Sneasel. It's usually going to be in the front row, so it's not like we can switch it in. But the Lurantis, if they set up their screens, we could always pivot in the Lurantis and then get a contrary boost. That could be nice. It might actually win the game right there. Yeah, so that's basically the team. The Impidimp with T-Wave spam could be really annoying as well. I really hope we don't see that, because then you're getting into para-hacks and you're basically susceptible to your 50-50s, or your I think it's 1 in 4 you get to act. It's a quarter of the time you don't get to go with paras. But your speed gets halved, so. But if you want to go for T-Wave spam, then we're going to set Trick Room. And then we're going to roll the dice with that. So. But that's basically the team. That's their team, that's my team. So you got to lay it all out there. So hopefully we can just overwhelm them with offense in the beginning. Hopefully our techs work out. We have a few of them. I didn't really get into the Kingdra, did I? Yeah, Life Orb in the Rain Scald hits really hard, so if it's not resisted, that's just gonna hit really hard. And the burn chance against the Azumarill, and potentially a resisted Terra from the Rampardos or something, or even the it doesn't resist it to begin with, but neutral hits will hit really hard. But say they go for like a Terra Grass or something like that. Yeah, getting the burn could be really nice and actually might win us the game as well. So I think Scald is a good choice. Draco just for the deletion. Deletes a lot of these things. I don't think anything really takes it except for Azu, which is immune. I do think Slitherwing would probably take it. Just because it's got the higher special defense. Was it 105? Yeah, 105. And yeah, depending on the bulk investment, we probably don't want to assume an Oko there. But everything else I think it would, aside from Sash. But yeah, that's basically it. We battle not too long from now, in a couple hours, I think. But other than that, that's the team, and I guess we'll talk to you when the match starts. See you then. Okay, match time. Just waiting for an invite, I guess. Yeah. I think this person's kind of eager too. We're going like a little bit early, but we're ready anyway. Just watching Gladiator. What a wicked movie. Wicked movie. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out. It's a fantastic film. But yeah, we are going to gladiate our opponent. I think that's how we're going to use that. Okay. So we have to ask ourselves, what do we see and what do we not see? So, let me just do this and that. Are you kidding me? Azumarill's not there? What? Wow. Okay. I see this is draft. This is the thing about draft. Okay, good luck. Have fun. Oh yeah, I guess we should probably post the link. Let's see. This thing. Live links. Live Totodile. Paste. Alright. Yeah, what do we even do? Now, so there is the Kilowattrel Brambleghast, but there's no late game Azu, so does that mean Lurantis doesn't come? Maybe not game one. Maybe not game one. Maybe we don't need it. But the Trick Room mode, like maybe there's just anti-Trick Room on this team. Maybe the Weird Ear is just for like Imprison. So let's just go, like, I still think Sneasel's a great lead. And we do have to go, yeah, you know what? Let's just do that. Oh, he's ready too. Dugtrio. Okay. So here's the thing. I do think that Dugtrio's more of a threat than... So I think we just go for Tailwind and then we Icicle Spear the Dugtrio. Because even if it does Terra, as long as it's not resisted, I think we kill it. And we do get Tailwind up. If he gets Tailwind up, at least we have our own Tailwind up. And it's not... Yeah, I don't know if this is the best. Because if we get Rock Slid here, we're in a bit of trouble. But I would like to deny Tailwind. That would be really, really nice. But that Dugtrio just dies to... I don't even know. Should we just go for an Icicle Spear and just delete the Kilowattrel? Because the same situation applies. Because are we going to burn a Terra here? Is it Covert Cloak? I think Dugtrio... Let's just go for the Icicle Spear and the Tailwind. Let's match it. Oh, later Hydreigon. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was a very good turn for us. T-Bolt. Okay, you know what? We got a free Tailwind. Let's go. And it's... Wait, was that Life Orb? Life Orb Kilowattrel? No way. Okay, so we got a... That was a really good... But that's a... T-Bolt killed us. So, but you know what, though? I think it did its job. Let's go Kingdra. Yeah, let's go Kingdra. Slitherwing, okay. But yeah, they still have Terra. What's the Terra on? So we got Grass Terra on the Slitherwing. We've got Fake Tears. We have the speed advantage big time. Kilowattrel's got Electric. can we kill the Slither? If it goes Terra Grass, we need to get rid of that Slitherwing now. I think we need to Icicle Spear the Kilowattrel, because we can't let Tailwind get matched. And then let's go for the Terra... No, we... Yeah, Terra Blast, Terra Bug actually beats the Slitherwing, so let's just kill the Kilowattrel here. Well, Icicle Spear does it. Well, unless he Terras, and then what does it do? What do we do to it? Icicle Spear does... Yeah, but if they Terra... Let's see, Terra... It does 82. Oh, that's a... I think we double it. Yeah, but what's Slitherwing gonna do to the Kingdra? I guess it's booster attack, so a CC would really hurt. Yeah, let's Icicle Spear the Kilowattrel. And... Actually, Terra Ghost here would be really freaking good. Honestly, yeah, let's go for Terra Ghost. Icicle Spear the Kilowattrel. And then let's Scald this slot. There's the Terra Grass. First impression. Oh, it's a good thing we did that. Resist. There goes the Kilowattrel. Scald Burn. No, okay. So then we have the Dug Trio, but Tailwind's still up. So... Slitherwing could protect here. I feel like... So Slitherwing dies to late game Sneasel, but we can get rid of the Dug Trio now. Oh, Sucker Punch on Dug Trio. We have to watch out. Yeah, let's... We could Fake Tears and kill the Slitherwing. No, but he's got to protect, so let's preserve it. Oh, we can't switch, can we? Oh, I'm a ghost type. Yeah, we can. So there we go. And let's Scald the Dug Trio. Can't have Sash on everything. So, but this is probably... Oh, there's the Protect we read. Nice. It's got to be Sash. Burn. No. Okay, Throat Chop. Okay, that's good. So now Fake Out beats that slot, regardless of Tailwind. So, and that thing just protected, so we're just going to double the Slitherwing slot, and then I think that pretty much wraps it up, I think. 186? Oh, 189. Okay, so we have to hit the Dug Trio here. So let's, yeah, we're going to Ice Beam this slot, and then we're just going to Scald that slot. I think we're sitting pretty here, guys. Yeah, that switch-in was really nice, the Hydreigon switch-in, so we got really lucky there. There's Scald, and then we kill with an Ice Beam. Yay, us. Cool. Let's just give it GG. So, now they know... Did they catch the fact that we went for Tailwind before they went for that? I think we got to change up our strat a little bit. Maybe we can go for Trick Room. Yeah, Terra Electric. Yeah, what's our game 2 strat? That's the thing. What is our game 2 strat? Hydreigon lead, I think, looks pretty good. You know what? We can just go for Gardevoir. No, because then we have to be prepared for the... What does a Gardevoir... D-Gleam into... And then Hydreigon is Terra Fairy. Yeah, that thing looks like a good Terra candidate, so... Can we pick up the Kilowattrel if we Terra Fairy D-Gleam? No, we can't. I feel like they have the advantage now. Maybe, oh, we do have Flash Cannon for the Hydreigon, so we can pick that up. Life Orb's there, so does that mean AV's on the Hydreigon? Probably. Let's go Moltres. And then maybe we go Gardevoir, and that gives us the option to Trick Room as well. Sneasel looks so good. Let's just go Moltres Sneasel again, but I feel like they're gonna adjust. Let's go Moltres. Does Draco kill this thing? Yes, it does. Okay, so let's just go for Sneasel, Kingdra. Nah, let's go late game Sneasel. So let's go Moltres, Kingdra, Politoed, Sneasel. Slitherwing. Okay, so they want a Tailwind up again. And this is a first impression again. Do we just go for Terra Steel here? Like, nah, close combat would really hurt. Yeah, they want a Tailwind up. So let's go for... We could hard switch in Politoed, but that's not a great switch in for a T-Bolt. Yeah, they just die though. So do we care? I think first impression goes off here and then we survive it, or close combat would really suck into the Kingdra. So we could just go for a hard switch into Politoed and then Draco the Kilowattrel. Don't protect. Switch again. Later. Cool. So that's cool. Now we have the speed advantage in the rain. And we also have the specs. Okay, so Tailwind didn't go up, so that Bramble Gas is not useless, but it's not super helpful right now. We need to get the Kingdra off the field again. And then we have Terra Fairy. Man, this guy really wants Terra Fairy. So we have to preserve the steel on the Kingdra. So let's get that off the field. We can go for Terra Bug, Terra Blast, actually, into that Hydreigon, and it's dead. Yeah, and we resist the... Yeah, let's do that. Terra Blast, Hydreigon. I think it's Spec to kill, and then we'll get in the Moltres here. And if this doesn't die, we get a Tailwind up. There's a Snarl. Okay, so now we don't pick up. Seed Bomb, we... Okay, do we still pick up? No, okay. That does look like AV, though. Like, that should have done a lot more. Snarl, Hydreigon. Okay, so now we have a U-turn into that Hydreigon now we can do. So we can get the Kingdra on the field. No. I don't really know. I think the Sash is on the Bramble Gas now. Oh, no, it was on the Dugtrio. Okay. So, do we preserve the rain, though? Because Sneasel, I don't think, takes a Seed Bomb very well. But then, yeah, like the Sneasel outspeeds it, so that's just, we have the Icicle Spear, so we have to preserve the Sneasel. So let's just double this Hydreigon. Do we get Tailwind up? Do we? Oh, we just dual Wing Beat this. There we go. And they think we're a special attacker, so... What is that Bramblegast? It could be Banded. Yeah, Bramblegast went second, so it's not Scarf. Oh, Slitherwing's about to die. 1, 2, later. Yeah, this is going as well as it can possibly go. Yeah, you can Snarl all you want. That's fine. Terra Blast. Crit helped. Okay, cool. Bramblegast. Maybe it is banded because it switched instead of... Yeah, it locked into Seed Bomb. Yeah, if you're just snarling, bro. Like, I think we just switch into Sneasel, dual Wing Beat, and yeah. We have the speed advantage. I think we just win this. And Hydreigon's in pretty much range of anything from that Sneasel, so... If we miss this dual Wing Beat, we're in trouble, but... Well, are we in trouble? Like... I don't think so. Like, I think we're okay. Shadow Sneak, yeah. Dual Wing Beat. Oh, we missed. Dark Pulse. We live. Okay, so we get another shot at it, so... So this is just Icicle Spear the Hydreigon, because we know we pick up. And then dual Wing Beat this, and I think that's just GG's. So we got a little bit lucky on the switch in last game, but I feel like the switching we just went out swinging and just punishing switching, so... Yeah, the cool thing about Draft League is you can kind of sneak things in on people. Like, physical Moltres is no joke. Like, Flare Blitz, 120 power Flare Blitz from that thing. I have, like, no investment in this attack either. Like, I think this is, like it's like 20 physical attack in Moltres right now. I think this is pretty much GG's. Denying the Tailwind was really helpful. Oh, never mind. Well, we did get a burn, so there goes the Hydreigon. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 3. And then the Bramblegast goes down because it's locked into... I guess it's not banded anymore, so... I guess we can get in the Kingdra here. And then we just go for an Icicle Spear, and that can't miss, so this is game over. Yeah. Icicle Spear. And then I guess we just... It's just Draco for the memes, I guess. This isn't even going to go off, so... Yeah, that's GG's. Well, I think it's really nice when a plan comes into play. Man, not bringing Azu, I think that's probably what won us the game right there. The Azumarill would have been so good there. GG's. Yeah, when I was testing dealing with the front row and having the back row with the Azu, that just made things so difficult, so. But our team's pretty dynamic. We have this fast mode, we have the slow mode, we have, you know, some naturally fast mods, we got Fake Out, we got, you know, weather, we got a bunch of different things, even Parastrap, Registeel. So I'm kind of curious of the post-game chat just to kind of see what they were thinking of. The Slitherwing looked pretty good. And yeah, not having any ghost types, yeah, because the, I guess Fairy is pretty nice. Yeah, I guess one ghost type naturally, but no Terra Ghost, but the Terra Fairy was nice. Yeah, the Registeel, the one I was thinking of was the Iron Defense Body Press one, like the most common one, but, and I guess the Fairy does resist, so that is a thing. Yeah, that, I don't even know what to say, that just went really well. We caught 2 switch-ins both games, so yeah, you Rock'em Sock'em Robots, you just deal a bunch of damage and they can't pivot, so denying Tailwind was, I think, key there, and then just went out with some damage, and understanding your end game, I think, is really important too. Knowing that Sneasel just kind of came in and outsped those other things with the Icicle Spear just made things a lot easier. It's just like, well, let's preserve this, but the Sneasel just comes in and just kind of wins. So, so GG's to my opponent. I guess we'll send off these replays, and thanks for watching. And oh yeah, what was the attack in the? Yeah, the Moltres had 20. Oh, it was Adamant, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. So it did have a little bit of attack, but 135 is nothing really to write home about. But this thing was really bulky. So, Choice Scarf Moltres for the win. Let's go. Thanks for watching. Peace. See you next week.